Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Coos.
And I'm Tank.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of This or That.
Movies.
Ooh. So this one is another a kids sports mashup.
Kids sports classic debate.
Yeah.
Sandlot versus the Mighty Ducks. So, I think for a lot of people, this is going to come down to, do you like baseball kid movies or do you like hockey kid movies? I love both of these, but...
I admit I love them both, but one is an easy pick for me.
Super easy for me, too. What do you got?
I went with Sandlot.
Yeah, it's definitely the Sandlot for me, too.
I
don't think... There's like 5 movies in existence that compare to the Sandlot for me.
Yeah.
Like, he feels the way... Like, for a kid movie, the way he feels about the Goonies, which I absolutely adore, but it's his favorite movie ever of all time. The Sandlot is on that kind of a level for me. I can't watch that movie now. Like, when I was a kid, I watched that movie like, when it was my turn to pick with my 3 brothers, it was a standard choice. I would always pick Sandlot, and my brothers would be like, nice, sweet,
good pick.
Love it, yeah. They're 5.5 and 7 years younger, but they love Sandlot as a kid, too. We're from a time called the 1980s, where life was very different, and now that I watch that movie as an adult...
Stop real quick. My daughter looks at me and goes... Just saying the 1900s sounds old. And I was like,
oh, that's weird.
So born in the 80s.
I have a first-hand account memory of Y2K. Yeah, for sure. I was an adult legally at that point.
Yeah,
it was odd. But I'm telling you, like, the Sandlot for me, that's what my group of friends and I, as a kid, much of what we did was relatable to that movie. We rode our bikes all the time, and I would have my glove on one of the handles, and a lot of the stuff that happens in the movie. The one that gets me every time, one of my favorite songs of all time is Ray Charles' "America the Beautiful."
Yep.
It touches me in a way.
That whole scene?
Yes, that's what does it.
That fireworks scene.
Now, I didn't live in a cul-de-sac, and we didn't have block parties where they shut down multiple streets and and everybody brought out tables into the road or whatever. But there were often, like July 4th, so my birthday's July 13th, so July 4th is actually my favorite holiday because that's the holiday that's right near my birthday.
Yeah, that's close.
So I know that when it's Independence Day, my birthday's coming really soon. So, but all sorts of people would be out in the yard and kids playing on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I'm
when I was a kid, it was the part we did barbecues every year as a big family get together. It's always like the fireworks went off, you did your thing, you hung out with family or friends.
Yeah. We
always had something going on. Even though we weren't in a cul-de-sac, we had a yard that everyone would come. Like my house always seemed to be one of the middle buddies' houses.
Okay.
Out of all, we had 3 of them, and mine was one of the major middle party houses.
I was kind of a dick, so nobody really ever came over to my house. I pretty much had to go to everybody else's house.
These change. You're a lot nicer now, angry man.
I am. I was not a happy child.
Yeah, I mean, Sandlot to me growing up, the whole cast, the story, everything, and the relatable one-liners. There was so many goofy stories, and I mean, when you show up, can I have some more? You want a s'more? S'more what?
Yeah.
I
was 10 years old when that movie came out.
Yeah.
I was 10. I was the age near that those kids were at that time. And even though it took place in the 50s...
It was still relatable.
It was still relatable.
Yeah. We used to play baseball. We'd go find a diamond. We'd go pick up those pickup games. Yeah. You would do stuff like that.
We had the field where our Little League played, and there were 4 diamonds on it. And if there wasn't a practice... 6 months out of the year, they just sat there.
Yep.
And all the time, many, many days as a kid, we'd be like, let's go play baseball. And there'd be 4 of us.
Yeah.
There'd be a pitcher and a catcher and then somebody in the outfield.
So that was it, usually had a phantom runner,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But it didn't matter, you played. I do love the Mighty Ducks film, the first one.
I love the Mighty Ducks.
The cast was great. It really is a solid film, and it's still a funny film. It's still quite enjoyable.
It's still pretty good. Yeah.
Right. But
there's some weird stuff in the Mighty Ducks. There's less... I don't know. Like Sandlot is pretty, in my opinion, is pretty damn close to the perfect movie.
Yeah.
They started off with some guy going into a booth, and they ended in the same spot, and now you know who the guy was walking, and you know,
watching, but the music,
like Benny,
the music way it portrayed.
I thought it was awesome. Like I remember as a kid watching Benny, and like he was amazing, right, at baseball, and every girl had a crush on Mike Vitar, the guy who played Benny, and then. The guy who played the adult Benny that was on the LA Dodgers, I was like, that's amazing casting. How did they do that? That's incredible. It's his older brother.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's actually his older brother in real life. Pablo Vitar is Mike Vitar's older brother.
See, I didn't know that. So that's badass. All right.
Yeah, so what I remember, before I did that kind of before IMDb existed, right? And like as a kid, I didn't have the patience to like go through the credits to see the names are the same.
We're bigger nerds now.
Yeah,
so
we are now. Like now I'm like, who is the wasn't this the person in this? Oh, they were 34 and a half in that movie. Yeah. Like like we're nerds about it. Like, a lot of times when I watch a movie that I've seen before, I'm like on Google and in IMDb at the same time, like doing research about what else they've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love The Mighty Ducks. I love it. I love that movie.
Yeah.
And kudos, Brandon Walker, Kenny DeNunez, who was also in The Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah.
Who was Jesse Hall in The Mighty Ducks, and he was Kenny DeNunez, and it was like Brandon Walker or Brandon Adams. But awesome movies both. But for me, it's a Sandlot. Yeah. I still cannot. I can't get through that movie without dropping a tear, at least one.
Yeah, it's a fantastic film.
Yeah,
it's that one of those feel good movies you can watch anytime.
Anytime. It doesn't matter what mood you're in. Doesn't matter what time of year. It can be snowing outside. The Sandlot's still a baller movie.
Yeah, it's
every
fantastic.
time.
Every time.
So thanks so much for joining us on today's edition of This or That
Movies.
I am Tank.
I'm Coots.
He's Coots and I'm Tank. Make sure you like and share this video, like our Facebook page, and follow us, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, both called Radio Rhapsody with Coots and Tank. He's Coots, I'm Tank, and we'll see you next time, kids.
Peace.